Et bonsoir à toutes et à tous, on se retrouve sur Flight Simulator. On va essayer de faire ce vol. J'espère que la connexion va fonctionner. Ce serait bien. Alors, on va mettre... Est-ce que c'est un vol avec Air France? Du coup, on a un départ pour 14 heures. On l'envoie avec Simbrief. Hop, j'attends. C'est bon, mon compte. On va faire vite fait ce qui est à faire. Pour après balancer le tracker. Allez, start flight, carrière mode. Air France, on clique. Il y en a pour 5 heures là de vol. Ok, il est bon, c'est parti. Alors, voilà. On balance notre plan de vol. C'est bon. Pause init. LFPO. C'est notre départ. Je crois que j'ai fait de la merde. Ok. On a balancé le fuel. On envoie le tracker. C'est good. Select route. Flight plan request. Nous, on va aligner là-haut. Ouais. Ouais. Il y a quelque chose qui n'a pas été fait. Ah, j'attends que la route se mette. Init. Ouais, c'est ça qui n'a pas été mis. Voilà. On est bon, départ. LFPO. Alors, nous partons. Et avant quoi que ce soit, on va demander à GSX d'envoyer la bouffe.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Et on va demander, hop, le boarding. Et je vais vous faire aussi Volanta. On va faire ça. Voilà. C'est fait.
Boarding requested.
Map. Pourquoi j'ai un écran au milieu qui est éteint? Ah, on parle de la 07, c'est pas la même que tout à l'heure, tiens. 07 LGL 2G. Putain de merde. Allez, on exécute. L'arrivée sur Madère. On arrive sur la combien? Non. La 05. Airnav. Putain, et encore une fois, il n'écoute pas le nombre de passagers. J'en ai demandé 100 et j'en ai 174. C'est impressionnant quand même. Je me demande à quoi ça sert de pouvoir changer le nombre de passagers dans l'avion. Si c'est pour qu'au bout du compte, eh ben, il en fait qu'à sa tête. Allez. Charge-moi ça. Et on exécute. Ok, take-off. La 07. Allez, on calcule flaps 5. « 149, ils me disent combien eux? 150, 151, 155. Allez, on va accepter pour un nœud près, on va accepter. J'ai la flemme de tout réécrire. Ok, on va rester sur take-off pour la trim. 36 000 pieds. De souvenir, c'était ça. Hein. Mais merde. J'ai envie de vous dire, le nombre de passagers là qui va rentrer. Alors là, 07. Moi, je vais aller regarder avec Navigraph là quand même. Alors, le plan de l'aéroport, c'était en bas. Dans mes souvenirs, là. Ah bah c'est encore un. C'est. Tout à l'heure, on est parti de la 06. Donc là, ça va être du left. Tout de suite par là. Première à gauche. On continue au fond et on y est. Salut Alexandre. Ouais, on n'a pas grand chose à faire. Ah, j'ai un écran qui est éteint. Est-ce que j'ai les vues de Drake? Ouais, j'ai les vues. J'ai les vues. C'est quel pays ça? C'est Madère, c'est pas un pays, c'est Portugal. Enfin, c'est pas un pays, Madère, ça appartient au Portugal, quoi. Ah, ça rame un peu l'aéroport d'Orly, hein. Ouais, mais j'irai pas. J'ai trop de serveurs Discord et je me concentre que sur le mien. J'ai vu, mais ah, j'en ai marre après. J'ai que des pubs, que des annonces de partout. Je me concentre sur celui de ma chaîne. Ah ouais, il a accepté Jordan. C'est bizarre, tiens. Ah, j'ai un écran qui est éteint ici. Est-ce que j'aurais appuyé sur quelque chose? On va mettre le directeur de vol. Twitch. Switch. Ouais, j'ai dû switcher un bouton. J'ai dû switcher un bouton. Mets-le en norme. Ouais, c'est ça, j'ai dû appuyer sur quelque chose. Switch le bouton blanc de droite. Voilà. Ah, j'ai cliqué là-dessus. Sans faire exprès. Ok, donc là c'est bon. Ok, merci Echo. Et je trouve que l'intérieur a changé du 737. J'avais pas 4 en landing light, j'en avais pas 4. Hein. J'en avais que 2 avant. Je suis sûr que j'en avais que 2. Ah oui, c'est vrai que c'était son concert au Stade de France. Après, j'ai envie de vous dire, j'en écoute pas, hein, pas plus que ça, c'est pas trop, c'est pas mon délire. Ça dépend des compagnies, tu peux modifier. Ok, d'accord. Bah alors c'est sûrement la livrée qui fait que c'est comme ça à l'intérieur. Ok, je savais pas. Jamais remarqué. Putain, ils m'ont mis une tonne de passagers, quoi. Non, j'ai pas ça, non. Echo, tu vas où? J'ai vu que t'étais aussi à Orly. Ça part où, là? Tout à l'heure, j'avais essayé de voler, mais vu que j'ai eu des gros problèmes de connexion, j'ai arrêté, hein, j'en ai eu marre. J'avais plus du tout les images Bing au sol. C'était dégueulasse. Donc j'espère au bled. Alors je fais pas tout à fait la même route que toi, non. Je crois qu'on va même pas suivre, non. Au Maroc. Ah, quoique. Peut-être qu'on va partir vers le même côté, sauf que moi j'allais plus loin après. T'as l'aéroport de Marrakech, non? En scène. Ouais, j'imaginais. Il n'y a pas la basse, il n'y a pas de scène. C'est les bagages là qui restent à faire ou c'est que les bagages. Wow, bah, pour une fois que les passagers sont rapides. Ah, écoute, on va attendre que les bagages soient faits. Je vais mettre les pompes fuel. Je vais déjà préparer l'APU. Ok. Banding complete. Ça c'est cool ça. On est bon. On va partir vite comme ça. Tac tac tac. C'est pas comme ça que je veux. C'est comme ça. 30-24. Déjà mettre ça. Voilà. Mais putain, c'est les taxi lights que je mets. Ah, voilà, je me suis trompé. Moi, je les prends de chez Trike. Je l'ai vu. Je les télécharge et je les mets après dans le dossier SimObject avec sous le dossier de l'avion. Moi, je me casse pas le cul, je fais pas les vues. Trike en fait des très belles. Du coup, je passe par lui. En attendant, je sais, j'ai oublié. Il va pas arrêter de sonner. Donc, je fais ça. Ah non, c'est pas, non, c'est pas dur du tout. Non, il suffit d'être sur son Discord. C'est hyper simple. Après, c'est à mettre dans les dossiers, quoi. Il suffit juste de faire ça. Ok, l'APU. Il les a fait avec tous les avions avec lesquels il vole. Ouais, Trey qui l'explique, ouais. Normalement, il y a le chemin à suivre qui est noté sur le dossier. Bon, on va éviter les vues extérieures. Hein. Putain. Alors, Grand Power, release, Choke, release. Et pushback.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Normalement, je les ai plus, hein, les chocs. Hein. Oui. Ah, je suis pas fluide. Hein. Ça me gave. Ah, j'ai mon écran qui s'est éteint, mais va se rallumer, je pense.
Departure check completed, bypass pin inserted.
Je pense qu'il va se rallumer. J'ai dû enlever trop tôt le GPU.
Locking gear.
Nose left.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push.
Allez, moteur 1.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Allez, pousse. Ce soir, Tunis-Genève. Moi, ça va être sûrement du patoff ce soir. Je devais en faire, mais Lio n'était pas là. Du coup, j'ai voulu. Je me suis dit, je vais retenter le vol. On croise les doigts pour que ça fonctionne. Hein. J'avoue que là, ça me ferait chier. Je pouvais prendre le 320 Neo. J'ai vu que en 320 Neo, Transavia le fait aussi. Madère, mais j'ai voulu prendre le 737. Merde, mon écran en bas il est éteint. J'ai cru qu'il allait se rallumer, mais non. Ah, fait chier. Merde. On verra, on verra. Mais du coup, c'est pas l'APU qui me l'a éteint. Il me l'aurait rallumé sinon. D'accord, je peux pas mettre legs ici.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
On va confirmer.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Alors, la trim 640. Ça va durer un temps. Hein.
Unlocking gear.
Ah, ça fait chier ça, cet écran là.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Pour l'instant, je vois rien, donc je préfère attendre. Ouais, voilà. Voilà, 640. Allez, on va mettre flaps. 5. Ok. On va éteindre la PU. J'enclenche la LNAV, la VNAV, l'auto-throttle, le radar terrain, la météo, le TICAS. On l'enclenche. Je passe par où là? Tout droit. Allez, roulage. Ah, je peux aller tout de suite en fait à gauche. Ah, j'ai des micro-coupures. Ah, de toute façon, Orly, j'ai toujours eu du mal. Le jour où j'aurai une nouvelle carte graphique, on verra, hein, mais... Normalement, là, si je vais au bout du bout, j'arrive pour la 07. Ouais, je crois que là, on va tourner là. Ouais. Normalement, je dis bien normalement, on est bon. Oui, parce qu'en fait, il y a deux lignes d'attente. Mais oui, c'est bon. Et mon écran au milieu est toujours éteint. Je ne comprends pas pourquoi. Allez, on va déjà directement s'aligner. On est bon. Ça, je vais l'armer. Frein de parc off. Ah, ok, chrono. Take off. Putain, mais si j'appuie sur le bouton. Ah, j'ai un avion qui était sur le mien. Ah, j'ai pas chargé les vents. Tant pis. On a toujours un décollage de travers. Hein. En même temps, j'ai un vent de travers. Oui. Tiens, autopilote. On s'est tapé une petite turbulence. Allez, on a rentré les flaps. Auto break off. Là, j'ai l'impression que le jeu est un peu plus moche. J'arrive pas à retrouver mes paramètres. J'ai l'impression qu'il est plus moche qu'avant le jeu. Allez, on se met en standard. C'est fait. Là, j'ai un espèce de flou là devant. Attendez. Je sais pas. Franchement, je sais pas. Ça, c'est le problème que le jeu, des fois, se remet par défaut. Et ça, c'est casse-couille, mais d'une force. Voilà. Landing lights off. Bon bah écoutez, hein. Il va monter tranquillement. Voilà, si je nous mets une petite vue comme ceci. Direction Madère. Block time 5 heures, je crois. Si je vais vérifier avec Volanta. Volanta va me dire combien de temps il me reste. Même pas, 3h30 ils me disent. Oh, c'est encore moins long. 3h30. Ouais. T'as 1 heure de moins que moi. Ouais, mais moi, de toute façon, oui, bah oui, ça coïncide. Madère, c'est un peu plus loin. Donc ouais, j'ai 1 heure de plus. Je sais pas. Attendez, je vais voir un truc. Ça c'est Meta, Streamlabs, Volanta. Ok, on va voir, attendez. Je vais chercher quelque chose. Google Chrome. Est-ce qu'on a du plane spotting toujours à... Oui, on a toujours par BJTV. Du plane spotting à Isro.
Bit like meeting Peter Room in the bleeding middle of nowhere.
Ok.
Like just two people walking past each other and they know each other from thousands of miles away. Well, they don't know each other. I mean, you know, just who's a member.
Alors, je vais vous diminuer la page.
This is the 339. Look, there's the balloon, man. At about.
Je vais vous la mettre comme ça, là. Ici. Hop.
Well, it's not the balloon because the balloon is basically the amount of time the aircraft.
Ça le fait, là.
It's a bit like one of those moments when you're
Nice-Paris. Ouais, c'est 1h, 1h15, 1h30.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10, 10.
Bon, je vous laisse quelques minutes, les amis.
Drop it.
Entre autres avec le plane spotting de Londres Isro par BJ TV. Et je reviens.
Smoother than the King's Crown. A rockumentary, wouldn't it? But it would even be a rockumentary because of the people that Branson signed in the early days, like the Sex Pistols, as an example, isn't it? Didn't Branson sign the Sex Pistols and the Clash and like some of those classic groups, mate? Oh no, that's what I'm talking about. It would mainly, to be honest with you. Look at that! Go on, son. Yeah. It would mainly would be mainly centered around his record label business. But then I think you could just basically the success of the whole thing based on where he started from, which was literally selling concert tickets from a phone box. Anyway, whatever. You can start the whole movie right there with a young man in a phone box. All you do is imagine the scene. You're seeing a phone box in somewhere on a random street in London, with old cars going by from the 70s or whenever it was he started it, or 80s or whatever, and you just hear someone talking inside the phone box, and then the camera goes into the phone box and it's him selling some tickets. I think it was that. Or was it records that he sold in bulk or something like that? Like he got them quicker than anyone else or something like that, and was able to exploit that and get records to record stores. Maybe that was what it was. Yeah, that may be what it was. Not tickets, records. Cheryl Howard really floating today, yeah. And we have clarified from a member earlier on mentioning about. Did you timestamp that, actually? Actually, you know what? Okay, we're going to do a bit of VAR, folks, on these landings, because I think some of them are worthy. I will call VAR based on the landing, and we'll take it from there. So this fella here, I think he's a TikToker, isn't he? This fella here, I think he's a TikToker, and he's here regularly. And I always feel bad when I'm sort of like blocking his shot, or I'm in his shot for every landing, which is a bit of a shame. But he's a lovely lad. Met him at that gathering up at the other end of the field, if you remember. Okay. Is it landscape? Seung-Hyun Lee, those call-outs you speak of are GPWS, Ground Proximity Warning System. Nice. Blasting out all that hot air. And what's interesting there, folks, is you can see that. Look at the engine, look at the side, look at the heat coming out of the engine. Look at that. It's a wall. Now watch the air, watch the heat dissipate. Watch this. And it just becomes normal heat. Look at that. That's when the reverser's closed, because basically the reverser doors, when they open, these elements are exposed, which points the air more towards the outside to sideways than forwards. We all used to think way back in the old days, some of the early reverse systems actually pushed the air forward through the low pressure compressor at the front, which was basically blocker doors that would open and literally reverse the thrust, and that would all be hot thrust as well, because those early engines were very primitive compared to these ones today, where basically the doors again, as the sliders come back, they block the doors. They block the channel of air going to the back of the engine through the cold air system from the main fan blade, and redirect it out and sideways, and it becomes a wall, almost like a blast wall, if you know what I mean, like a shock wave. Wow. Oh, there we go. And Seung-Hyun Lee, yeah, saying customised by the airlines, but as per their training programs that they stick to. So if you move from one airline to another, you'll have different operating procedures for landings and so on and so forth. which is quite interesting, because I was on the understanding, certainly with you know, you can set it up on the flight deck, can't you, in terms of your ground proximity warning system, because of course within that group you've got the terrain, or pull up, or sink rate, and all that kind of stuff on the Airbus anyway. I don't know what it is on the Boeing. Too low. Look, this is a balloon. Okay, a balloon, VAR GP if you can run it. I'll have to wait for the next one. I'll have to wait for the next one. There we go. Mike Oldfield made Richard Branson David Stanners. Yes! Okay, so that's quite a long time between me saying run it and VAR coming on, isn't it? That's quite a... Oh, flip! Oh! Stand by VAR on this one, please. You said 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Wow, VAR on that. I don't know how smart I am on anything really. I'm watching it live, but okay. Oh, Shin Hyun Lee, ballooning is always fun from the flight deck. Oh God, that's so far behind. Oh, okay, here it comes. Yeah, nice example. Nice example, man. Yeah, good one, well caught. Like that. Yeah, excellent, mate, excellent. No, fair play for loading it up with all the old, the ins and outs and all, man. The ins and outs. Awesome. Great comments, mate, great comments. Loving it. Oh, Dimitri Spirou, Qatar 380, 9 minutes out, awesome. We have VAR on, I should have thought about it earlier on, but now luckily we've done it. So we've got another 2 hours at least of arrivals. Oh no, yes, we have. It's got till 3 o'clock, haven't we? So whether they are worthy of VAR or not is... wonder, maybe Captain Lee will let us know, but or any other pilots or knowledgeable flyers can tell us that is it a skills thing? Is it something that you learn as you mature in flying? In terms of, obviously, if you're a sprog pilot very early on. Landing in those conditions, I'd imagine it's a little bit more daunting than having being so used to it. And like Captain Lee saying there, that ballooning is always fun from the flight deck. You have to really concentrate to land it smoothly within the touchdown zone and not get carried away with floating beyond the final TDZ marker, causing a go around. Well, folks, the final touchdown zone marker is literally right here. Okay, that is the last touchdown zone marker. The aiming point is those big white ones there. That's the basic ideal point, and that's where most of the burns are. But if you, like he says, you run it past that final touchdown zone, it's a go around. Wow, he just about made that, man. He was right on the marker. Look where the smoke is. I'm guessing well aimed, really, because he's probably right. I'm having the final marker. Okay, now VAR that GP, yes, please. Yeah, right on the markers, man. Right on the final marker. How cool was that? Seung Hyun Lee. It can take some time to get a feel for the real. Oh, mate, no. Ah, is it? Oh, is it? What is it? Lufty. Oh man, that 777's tyre smoke right in my flipping nostrils. No, that's a long divert to Mexico City, mate. Wow. You're going the wrong way, mate. It is totally like a ski jumper, 100%. But you don't want length like in ski jumping. You want to get it down on the touchdown, the aiming point, which is the bigger of this, sort of like midway or a third of the way down, maybe of the touchdown zone, which starts literally where just beyond the piano keys, I think, or at the piano keys is the start of the touchdown zone, which is about 1,000 foot. No, the marker, the aiming point is 1,000 foot, I think. Right, I think this guy's going to get the aiming even before the aiming point. Look at that, right on it. Well done, sir, or madam. No, don't. Nice! Now look at that, folks. What a spectacular landing, man. And look, he's still got the reversers running as he's turning off. Ian Hanna, the main gear is the touchdown zone. Now this, when you talk about a ski jumper, this is all based on the main gear, the back wheels, you know, the big main gear, not on the front nose gear. You can roll that out as long as you like, really, but it's just better for aiding you when you come down to below 60 knots. You don't want to be nose in the air then. So this is very much like a skier. Straight.
Ok, re.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now that's the Pratt & Whitney PW 4112, isn't it? If I'm right, so that's the one without the pointy exhaust cone on it. You know what I mean, Gov? Look at old Patchy over there. Isn't it funny?
Ah, même moi, je vais...
Yeah, go VIRP. Yeah.
Hop, je diminue la page. Il a des replays. Là, je me souviens pas d'avoir vu des options replay sur ces lives.
Oh yeah. Go on the BA. Go on the BA. Thank you for a lovely landing. Thank you. Sinking leak. If you want to keep the nose in the air, you can override by applying backstick pressure. Yeah, and also the other thing that when landing, the skill of landing an aircraft, a big airplane like these, is also, and again, Captain Lee, I don't know if you can confirm, but when you see them land, you'll see the elevator will be in a slight up position, which is basically applying a bit of back pressure, pull pressure on it, in order to keep the nose coming down softly. You don't want it just slamming down on the ground. So when you see the elevators being used like that during the landing phase, or the touchdown phase, or the rollout phase, I'm guessing you'd call it, would be applying a little bit of elevator so that the undercarriage, the front gear, comes down nice and softly. And that applies to all aircraft. And sometimes it goes wrong, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I thought we'd show that A330 touchdown just because it was a perfectly executed example of a landing execution. Monique Stirrups loving the slow-mos. I don't know, Omar. I don't know if it's called flaring. I mean, I know there is a flare element to landing. That is literally the final phase of landing. But what's happening here is, as they're flaring, the aircraft just continues to stay airborne rather than sink the way that the pilot would like them to do it. Because when you flare, that's the last moment, isn't it? So he's getting towards the flare now. Go any moment now. Here it comes. There it is. There's the flare. I think the floating is actually before they reach the flare height, I'm guessing. I don't know if that's right, but it appears that way anyway. Wow, wait a minute. Didn't this MEA jet land ages ago, Jilly? Am I going mad here, or wait, that jet landed or did it 10 minutes ago? No, honestly, I was going out. So one in, one out. So they've got two MEA 330s in today, is what you're saying? Wow. Okay, so yes, of course, we got this landing, but... Okay, but it was 2 hours ago, right, okay. But it seems like literally 10 minutes ago, Jilly. It does, doesn't it? Look how they've washed that aircraft, folks. And how clean the nose area is, and how there is literally a line that you can see there. It's odd when I see that. Obviously, I think the reason for that is so that they can do maintenance on the pitot tubes and or the angle of attack sensors. I think that might be the case. Or they're just giving the front end a clean, but maybe doing some work on the radome or around the cockpit area, maybe a replacement screen. But I'm guessing that before you do any maintenance on anything like that, it has to be completely clear of grubbiness and dust and substances and grit and stuff like that, as you can see, is all over the fuselage there. So I think you'll find that they've probably been doing some maintenance on the, see the two pitot tubes there. The angle of attack sensors, I think, are around about there as well. So in order to carry out that maintenance, you've got to have that area clean. And they're not just going to clean around the item itself, because there's obviously equipment going up to it as well. You don't want grubby ains and all that. Lee will answer that for you, Scott. Mixture of rudder, mainly rudder. Well, it's all rudder down to anything down to 60 knots, I think it is on most aircraft. At 60 knots you can, if you want to, use the tiller or the side stick control. But I think most pilots, certainly I do anyway, I prefer to steer the aircraft at all times using the rudder pedals. It's just a natural thing that I've already become accustomed to. Now, look at the, well, actually, we have got very calm winds at the moment. It's actually turning into a bit of a southerly, Jilly. So there might be a bit of rudder action here on this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that correction on the rudder, folks. If you need more than 6 degrees of steering, yes, you have to use the tiller. More than 6 degrees, you have to use the tiller. Oh yeah, when taxiing, I see what you mean. Right, if you've got almost a 90 degree, no, 6 degrees really. So would that be sort of like when you're coming into gate that you would need to use the tiller, for example, where you turn sharply, literally 90 degrees into gate, or a very sharp turn on a taxiway or something like that? You have to use the tiller. Interesting, because the pedals, I'm guessing, are not set up for anything over 6 degrees. Okay, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, right. Eco Warrior ground effect is an aerodynamic phenomenon that occurs when an aircraft flies close to the ground, typically within one wingspan. It increases lift and decreases drag, causing the aircraft to flow. Whoa! Wow. Now, when I caught that, my eye was on something else. Well, not completely, obviously, otherwise I would have missed it. But I was kind of looking at that over there and what was just had a brief look. But when I came back to that Egypt Air 777, that looked a little bit sudden little unstableness. Yeah, okay, run it. Yeah. So let's VAR that. There. Yeah, look at that correction there, man. That went a little bit nose heavy, didn't it? Well saved though, I have to say. Very well saved.
Je crois qu'il y a, en parlant de trike tout à l'heure, je crois qu'il y a un live de trike prévu aujourd'hui sur le 777-200 de chez PMDG. Ah, je vous avoue que ça, j'irai le voir. Parce que j'en ai vu pas mal faire déjà des lives, des vidéos de tests de l'avion, mais c'est que des Anglais. J'ai vu aucun Français et je crois que c'est le premier Français à le faire. Ça, c'est cool.
Yeah, thermal landings, Screaming Emu. Absolutely fantastic. He went for the flare, it kind of like stayed, and then he just let it float, and then, oh, beautifully done, man, beautifully done. We're just comparing landings, Emu. There you go. You see, he's a little bit there as well, man. Emu, you need to scroll back a little bit and watch some of the other landings there. There are some that are perfect, some that are a little bit long. One that's particularly long, which landed literally right opposite us on the final touchdown zone marker. He's holding everyone up, isn't he? Come on, Steve, hurry up, will you? Going as fast as I can, mate. Yeah, but I'm not having. Hi, Steve. Going as fast as I can, John. You know, you've been behind me before. Yeah, leave him alone, Harry. Oh, I was only doing that because I. Bit fast, maybe. Wow. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm feeling a breeze coming at me, but the sock is not. The sock's not representing what I'm feeling. I'm feeling so sad. No. I feel a breeze in my face, and yet it's coming from the west. What's going on? Is it, Bob Shalvoy, I think that was a little bit too much speed on that last one. Oh, there, Blair, bubble at about 100 feet. Yes, it does sometimes happen. And I tell you what, I think that's a thermal layer. I don't think it's anything to do with winds. Yeah. I think it's purely thermal related, different layers. Obviously there are what they call friction layers, but what Blair's saying is that at about 100 feet there's a little bit of a bubble as well, and then sort of like it's almost as if they're being pushed forward, and then they stabilize, and then maybe another layer at around about what 30 feet or something like that, at the sort of like flare point, I'm guessing, or just before the flare, certainly on the bigger ones. Oh look, this guy's, look, there was a bit of a speed up there on the I'm guessing the auto throttles. He's off, he's fully manual now, isn't he? Maybe it's just at the point when the autopilot is disabled, which is a minimum of 250 feet, I think. Beautiful. Nailed it. 10 out of 10, mate. Absolutely nailed it. Has John G changed his name twice in the show today? I'm sure he wasn't Alitalia DC9 earlier on. Oh, right, okay. Just wondering. Oh, right. Okay. I must have just seen his name on it with another, because he does 737, doesn't he? Which always 737 or something. I don't know, whatever. Thermal Vortex, Tazzy and Joe's Adventures. Yes. Well, you will be getting thermal vortex from the aircraft as in terms of its wake, I'm guessing. Or is it thermal vortex from the ground, mate? Don't know about vortex. I think it's just heat rising is basically what it is. That was a bit like in golf where you hit a ball and it looks like it's got a turn on it, and you're like, you're bending foot to the right to get it out of the left-hand turn, and it turns and makes a beautiful finish to it, which is kind of what that guy did there. Dipped a little bit into the right, didn't he? Fantastic. Thank you, Captain Lee. Got to pop back. Oh. Hyung Lee, ladies and gentlemen, Korean Airlines captain, and we are hoping to see him in Taipei, are we, Julie? I think so. Is that something that we're hopefully planning, that he might be on that route or something? I don't know. Screaming Emu, I don't really notice thermal layers. It's just another thing you deal with, like subconsciously. Yes. Yeah, well, ATC aren't going to warn you, are they? They'll just tell you what the winds are doing, the latest and the most up-to-date winds, and any reports from pilots who've just landed. Isn't there a sign? Look at the wings factors. See how long it takes to get the nose wheel down. It's not so much how long it takes, that is controlled. The speed at which the nose comes down is determined by the elevator movement from pilot. Hello. Yeah, you? Who's that then? Regular viewers, Paula and Gary. What? Is that you? Oh, somebody else. Okay. Regular viewers, Paula and Gary from... Hello, from who?
Chris, Karen and Ollie.
Chris, Karen and Ollie. There we go. Regular viewer, right. Hold on a minute, I'll jump down and give you a couple of stickers for her. Yeah, Xiong Hyun Lee, another great mine of information, especially on the 777. It's fantastic, isn't it? He's thrown this one in there, hasn't he? Beautiful. What a finish. It's a long one as well. Wow. Nice. Right, stand by. Wow, how cool is that? And for my laptop stickers, I was excited a few weeks ago to see some. Here we go. Young lad, another young lad with his head screwed on. Sorry about that, folks. I missed that one. I know. But a young lad wants to be a pilot. He's got his head screwed on, got his dad behind him. Already knowledgeable of the British Airways Academy system, which I think, like I said to him, I think you only need 5 GCSEs or whatever it is to get onto the into the system, and then you have a questionnaire which you have to finish in an allotted amount of time. So do your research, not like me, go into it without even thinking. Do your research, spend a lot of time on it, researching. If you can get hold of the questionnaire and then research that questionnaire, I guess they change it regularly because obviously people would you know, cheat. This guy looks a little bit long. Look, I think this is going to be quite long. Past the markers. No, he's good. He's good. He's good. Way within it. David Rodwell. Come in, David Rodwell. He's upgraded his membership to first class. Nice one, David. 787-8, which is looking a little bit grubby, isn't it? Aaron Thomas BA380 from San Francisco on finals. Clouding up a little bit, isn't it? just a little bit, which is quite nice. I did say that'd be coming up from the south, which is which is very much appreciated. Ryan Snedden is a brand new member. Welcome, Ryan. Good to see you. Ryan, as a brand new member and a premium member at that, you can help yourself to all of the Anchorage shows and all our easy. Yeah, nice correction, mate. VARTP. GP. Okay, VAR that. Oh. Oh, that's appreciated coming from you, Screaming Emu, mate. Well, it's once a year and it doesn't matter, man, that you're distracted, it's fine. Imagine that. Imagine filming it. Yeah. Oh man, get onto those two fellas that do the YouTube channel that follow us, mate. Get onto them. Send them a DM or something. Yeah. Just message them now. Just see. Beautiful. Big shout out to all these guys, folks. Hello! Big shout out to those guys. I shouldn't have distracted him, but ladies and gents, these guys ride around Heathrow all day long. Obviously they're on shifts, but he looks like he's in a bit of a hurry there. So, but they carry emergency, defibs and defibrillators and all that kind of stuff on them so that they can be there. I think they literally, there's two of them, and they like the other one will be there around the other side of the airfield today. And maybe that's what I should do, Julie. I should join them on a cycle ride around Heathrow. Mind you, don't get distracted or anything like that. But yeah, that's big shout out to those guys, man. It's Sunday, and they're working on a Sunday. Good exercise, I'll say that. That's probably why he was going so fast, because he fancies a little bit of exercise. Rebecca Weaver. If you ever fly through the Albuquerque, spend some time with their new exhibit of plane models. It's extensive. It's fun. Fly through the Albuquerque. The Albuquerque. Isn't that if you fly through Albuquerque? Oh, really? Tagging the person that made the tweet in it. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh! Becca Weaver, the Albuquerque Airport, right. Yes, Aaron, we were discussing it earlier about 20 years ago, just 20 years ago, when the Airbus A380 flew for the first time. Not commercial service. I think after the first flight was, what, 3 years? I think they obviously had massive delays with the 380. It might have been even longer than that. So really, it's only been in commercial service for about 15 years, isn't it? Go on, the Irish. Oh, bit long. There she is. That's a red kite. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna wing on that. You do get. I'll see if I can do some screen grabs. Hold on. Oh. Sorry. Terrible. Got what? Yes, I know. I know. Oh, that's what all those stills are on the card. That's me doing. Yes, right, I get it now. Yeah. But it freezes the screen for about 2 seconds, doesn't it? Which is cool, man. He's having fun, this one. Might be a young one. Look at that wing. Very Airbus. Oh, he's got something. He's, oh, he dived then, didn't he? He did dive, yeah. They go down so quick, man. He's looking for Miskis. I thought they were scavengers myself, but obviously he's looking for live Mises, isn't he? Oh, he's down very low, mate. Wow, he's seen something down there, you know. Look at that wing. Isn't it beautiful? And that's where modern wing designers, look at that. That's where modern wing designers got all their inspiration, folks. Nothing else. Also, fish as well, believe it or not. Fish. Big fish, that is. Well, you know, maybe some little fish. Maybe some little fish. Don't forget us. Well, yeah, but mate, you're a stickleback, let's face it. Yeah, I've got fish. Right, there's a tail and all. Wow. VARs. Wow. An example of a brilliant save. Watch that for VAR, GP. Absolutely superb. Well, I remember back in 2010 or thereabouts, I used to ride motocross up at a motocross track on the M40, off the M40 at the top of the hill of go down a dip and up the other side. Think of it in a second. Oh, look at this. That was a nose pitch up, wasn't it? Yeah, beautiful, man, beautiful, beautiful. Big plastic aeroplane. He's winding everyone up, isn't it? This is how you fly, mate. I didn't take bleeding 7 years to come from Mum had me and that was it. And now look at me. Oh yeah, look at that tail. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? She's got, there's two of them, Oh no, it's not, no, it's a seagull. No it isn't, it's a seagull. Now I wouldn't be surprised if you get a couple of crows coming and have a pop at it, you know, because they're proper miserable gits to the old dirt crows. Look, Starling's going for a bit. Hey, what's going on over here? Oh, 737. Now, this is normally a slightly more speedy approach on the 737. Only about 5 knots. But even so, it always looks a little bit fast. No messing on that one, man. Yeah, that bird, that kite there, has what's known in the military world in terms of aircraft as an elevon, isn't it? Elevons, which on obviously the F-15s and of this world and Raptors and all that, they have basically they don't have a vertical stabiliser, although, hold on a minute, I think the F-15 does. Yes, it does. It has vertical stabilisers and elevons, which basically are ailerons and elevators at the same time, which basically is what that bird is actually doing. Obviously, a stabiliser, the vertical stabiliser, is just to keep the aircraft in flight. If you didn't have that, yeah, but obviously they figured that out quite quick, I think. Yeah, in the animal world, or in the bird world, keep that tail away from the ground, yeah. Extending the fuselage, Blair. Yeah, keep that tail away from the ground. Brilliant. Love that. Carol Smith came in like a wrecking ball with 737. Nice, wasn't it, eh? Paul B08. Yeah, it wasn't just me thinking that, was it? 3 pinky sightings today, ladies and gents. engine. What did it say? What did it say on that flight sim? When you're loading your flight sim, there's always like they give Microsoft give you some sort of like quote along the bottom, and that's kind of relative to the aircraft that you're flying. And one of them yesterday was over 14,000 IAE engines are in service. 14,000 of those engines, which basically means give or take 7,000 aircraft plus all your spares and you know, spare engines that are doing the rounds. Probably about 6,500. So a little bit bobbly, wasn't it? A little bit sort of like, you know, but it's not like, you know, don't worry, mate, I've got it under control. Yeah, cool. It's fantastic. Yes, yes, yes. Now they should do a fridge magnet for that, mate. No, just some kind of thing representing it. Surely they'll really go mad on the in their stores, man. This is the E2. Look at this, folks. This is the E2 jet. Not really a competitor with the A220, really. Just because of its range, really, but definitely as a regional or short haul aircraft. Big engines on a small aeroplane, but massively efficient. Power to weight ratio on that thing must be like putting a V6 on a fizzy 50. Which I had. Not a V6 one. Craig Gerard. Good day to you, Craigie Gerard. Rebecca Weaver, Korean Air, started using 777s on their Incheon Atlanta route earlier this month, but announced that they'd be bringing back the 747 in May. But the big blue beauty is coming back today. Well, it's more or less, yeah, wow. Is it worth a flight out there? That's a lot. No. If they're bringing it back in May, is what I'm saying. They're bringing it back in May for regular service, I'm guessing. Is that right? But they've brought it in early. They brought it in today. Is it just a one-off today, Rebecca, or is it going to be regular in May and then through till whatever date? Yes, Andy. A220 and the E2 do have same engines, exactly the same engines. The Pratt & Whitney GTF, the geared turbofan, but different variations. I think I always get it wrong. I know that Screaming Emu will tell you the variants of engines on the 220 versus I think it's the 1300 on the 220, or is it? I think it's 1300 on the 220 and another one, or 1100 maybe on the E2, or the other way round. But if it's there until like August, for example, you know, There's a 220. There's a 220 and a 320 head on there, folks. As you can see there, certainly not in any way a competitor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the A320. But interesting that Airbus picked it up. They haven't done very well with it, like I said earlier. The numbers sold of the A220 have been a little bit disappointing, but they continue their production facilities and expanding them as well. So who knows for the future? I do believe that they are planning an extended variant, a stretched variant of the A220. Not sure about it. Well, we'll just have to keep Rebecca. Just keep us posted on that. If I guess you're from Atlanta, that's pretty cool. Let us know. Keep us posted on what's happening in Atlanta. It's getting closer. Just some dreamies, mate. Over here, nice mousy. I got mousy. Look at that wing, man. Oh, to fly. Oh, look at that profile, man. Look at that. That's so... Look at the primary feathers at the end of the wing. They're like bleeding raked, blended wingtips, aren't they? That's where designers get their inspiration from. Isn't that amazing, man? And so they bleeding should. We're here first, you know. Paul Doan has gifted a channel membership. Thank you, Paul. And Zach Edwards is the recipient of that membership. Zach, if you're here, please come in and say thank you to Paul. Lovely thing to do, mate. Check this out, folks. Oh, Zach, thanks, mate. What a great thing to do. It's finally 8 years old. Taffet was, oh, what, the rant? Were you listening to the rant? Oh. I thought you were listening to my rant earlier on about the two photographers, about the dumping fuel question and statement, and with all the clickbaiting, with all the... Oh, right. Yeah, it was a guy dumping fuel. Brilliant. Well, he might have been dumping something, I don't know. Definitely won't be over here. Splat. Paul BO8 loving the replays. MJH350, what's the difference between the GE90s on the 777-200, ERLR and the 777-300? They are different, just different power settings. MJH 300ER is the 115B GE90 115, and I think the other ones are GE90 10s. Either 9010s or 990s, or I think they're 9010s. Basically £100,000 of thrust maybe, or 9115 is £115,000 of thrust delivery, and 9110 is probably £110,000 of thrust delivery, maybe, I don't know. That little bit of road is road, yeah. Can you find that and cut it for me or not? Is that if that's too much trouble? Just that little sequence, and then I can use that. Exactly where I can slot it in as well. Oh, that's an odd finish for a Merc, isn't it? Look, looks like one of those like partially bubble wrapped ones that, but when it's new, you know, it comes with that cellophane on it. But it wasn't. It was paint. Very odd, you know. Sue, back having done my good deed for the day. Slightly complicated back using the H-Man, I lived in the BX sound view. Yeah, a little bit of thermal activity if you just joined us, folks. These aircraft, because of the hot air that's rising off the ground, literally causes like a barrier between the aircraft and Smoky Steve. Yeah, but it was when it was to my right, not when it was over the airfield. Yes, I was aware of that. How bad was that? The Lufthansa 380 that was diverted to Boston. It was going to Frankfurt, I think. No, going to Munich probably. Diverted to Frankfurt, Boston, because an iPad was stuck behind one of the first class business seats. You know what? I bet you I know how that iPad got stuck in that seat mechanism, because probably the person, and this is not their fault, I've got to be honest with you, the person had the iPad on charge, probably, I'd imagine, on the aircraft, and they've obviously moved something and they've hit the wire and it's pulled the iPad down and underneath the seat. You know how things happen, man, in your car when you drop something and you never see it again. Sometimes it's like, right, well, that's gone. You know, I can't reach under there. And they had to go into Boston, probably had to remove the seat, I would imagine, or parts of it, 2 hours that was delayed for. Mind you, I wouldn't have worried. I would have found that quite interesting. But for safety reasons, you know, if I was on a Lufthansa 380 and I was flying from wherever I think it was LAX to Munich, and the pilot came over the the tannoy, which he would do, or somebody representing, maybe probably the captain, because it's quite a serious one, isn't it? Folks from the flight deck, apologies for waking anybody who may be asleep, but we just need to let you know that we are diverting. Don't worry, it's nothing serious, but we have to divert into Boston, so we're going to be taking a new route. Not sure how long we're going to be there for, but do apologise once again. Obviously our team in Munich will work with your onward airlines and try and arrange if we're going to be too long. But anyway, that's all I can say for now. And then obviously they're not going to say, yeah, someone's got their iPad stuck in the seat in the business section, and because obviously we have to worry about possible ignition of the iPad. It's like, oh my god! No, it's nothing like that. So they have to be very careful in their announcement, just to keep everybody sane. Otherwise, it's a bit like in Airplane. If you remember that scene. Yeah, for health and safety reasons, obviously, they've done that. For safety, not health, safety. Company safety procedures, I'm guessing. Oh, nice one, thank you. Right, it's good, is it? Is it? Michael White, that's exactly it. If a lithium battery is subject to pressure, i.e. crushing when moving a seat, which it will do, because those seats, pneumatics are very, very strong indeed, man. Electric motors, and you know how powerful electric motors are. So yeah, if you do get something stuck, for God's sake, don't move. Let the staff know, and they will deal with it and be able to figure out the severity of it, rather than I got a bottle of water stuck behind my seat once, man, and when I got to I couldn't find it. I knew it was behind there, and I went to put the bed up, and I could hear it going crack, 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 and then, like, you know, it wouldn't go all the way back. I did let the crew know. God knows how that. Wow! Where the hell's he going? Oh, mate, that's got to be a positioning flight to Gatwick or something, hasn't it? He'd give a flipping A300 a run for its money. He's levelled out now. Oh, that's got to be Gatwick bound, hasn't it? Yeah, there we go, going to Gatwick. BBLLB, the whole plane would offer to get that. Wow! Interesting. Rebecca Weaver saying that her neighbour, who works for ground crew in Atlanta, saying Korean was losing too much revenue by using smaller aircraft like the 777, which only had like 80 seats for, but then understand that really. Is that rather reduce the service of the 777 and just do like one for every 2 operations, maybe change the frequency? it's still going a fair old lick. Look at that. Getting it down from that 100 knots to sort of like 40 knots is that last phase. Obviously, it's kind of all about brakes rather than reversers, unless you're on a 380, of course. This year, you know, big time. If I'd have known, I would have soaked myself in it. Paul Skilling's gifted a membership. Thanks, mate. Really? Ah. Wow, see? Yeah. UV rash? Almost, yeah. Folks, can I just say, don't you hate people that do things like that? Now, who in their right mind would be such a scumbag to do that? Yeah, but mate, what are they doing it in here for? Because they've obviously had a car there. You can quite clearly see that the driver, sorry, the passengers left that can of Coke. That's like, mate, seriously? Seriously? Yeah. Yeah, well, wait until you get to the next McDonald's, which you're no doubt going to, and put it in the bloody bin there then. Flipping scumbag. Horrible, horrible people. Yeah, I know. Lock 'em up, Kev, lock Kev. Well, seriously, man. Oh, he wouldn't want me as a... No, it's not sign of the times, because I didn't see it in Japan. Don't see anything like that in... Yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Didn't see it in Japan, don't see it really in America, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, you know, downtown, wherever it might be, in places, yeah, fair enough. But like out in the... You know, the cleanliness of the Americans. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I just think the Americans are just brought up that way. I think they're brought up that way with that respect in mind, you know. We're not here in the UK. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but we're not. I mean, it just takes you as an individual to be a good person and to respect everything around you. And that, to me, is zero respect, mate. Whatever. Anyway, back to planes. Nice little ATR. Here we go. So now, when this lands, they will change the pitch. There's a pitch lever. Instead of the reverse throttles, that the throttle detents or whatever, whether it's a Boeing with the separate throttle levers or the Airbus with the detents of the throttles going all the way to the back maximum thrust. These things, it's a pitch. I'm guessing it's the same sort of system, some kind of lever, which basically changes the pitch of the propeller so that it reverses the flow of air from back to front. Here we go. Wow, how quick that thing stops. this is a floater. Look at this. It's a fly past. It's a fly past. Go on, mate. You got to make the last touchdown zone. Oh yeah, VAR, Jilly. Yeah, that's a VAR all day long. Beautiful bird, man. He's show off, isn't he? Look, or she. Oh, goodness me. Hotel mode for the number 2, I think. That was long, man. That was long. Hey. So the number 2 engine you see is now being shut down, but it remains in what's known as hotel mode. So it stays on. It's got a gearbox in it, which basically prop on, prop off sort of thing, like a gearbox, drive shafty type thing, and then but it will stay running as like an APU, and then they use that to start the engine, and then engage the prop, and then the other one, blah blah blah, I think, something like that. Gap burn, yes. I love my wildlife, folks. I absolutely love my wildlife. We've had 3 swans once back in the old days. I remember we used to see them quite often, actually. 3 swans that fly. You know what? I've seen them quite recently. I think the last time I was sitting in Terminal 5, actually, waiting for a plane. And you occasionally see swans flying across the airfield. I know it's not very favourable, but literally they fly straight down the middle of Heathrow, and I'd imagine that the tower probably see them from a distance, even when they're sort of like from this angle here. But of course, you know, we've got the fox, the Heathrow fox that we've caught here before, and these beautiful kites amongst other birds and stuff, which I love it. Yeah. I'm very fortunate to have a very busy garden with birds like blue tits, it's the yellow finch, I think. Is it the red finch or the yellow finch with the yellow flash on its head? Yeah, all of them, really. Got a family of just great. The sound, and it's lovely. It's really soothing. Just about, mate. Well recovered. It sounds very boring when I say sparrows, but I don't know if they still are, but they're definitely a species in decline in the UK, the sparrows. So I always love it when the family of sparrows, which there literally are, they fly in sort of like once a day, all together, feed on the feeders, hang around, have a drink in the pub. No, sorry, in the water thing that I've got. Start up. Tony Dempsey, there we go. It's the E2 again. Oh no, this is sorry. See how you can get confused. The A320 BA's next generation advertising campaign, greatest journey yet, most important journey yet. You know quite where that's going, but yeah. Lovely old 777. See, that's got the big GEs on it, hasn't it? That's got the GEs on it. Even though it's a 200. I think that's GEs. I don't think it's the Pratt & Whitney. It's too big for Pratt & Whitney's. Sparrow Pub. Yeah, I put my Niger seed out for the finches, and I was absolutely delighted this year to see a couple of finches have come back, because I haven't seen them for the last couple of years, and it's wonderful to see them back. Kuwait's jet. Beautiful. Sounds fantastic. Spectacular lightning and thunder where he is in Penang. I also get, I think they are coal tits. I think they're coal tits. What's the one with the long, extended long tail on it? It's not a coal tit, it's a something head or something. Is it? Look at that, folks. Look at that. It's not that many airports around the world that you see something like that. Michael White, thanks, mate. He's gifted 5 channel memberships. Thank you, my friend. Really? Really now? Oh, what now? What's it? 2E737? Where to Norwich? Tenerife to Norwich, and it's over the top of us apparently, circling. What's the altitude? What altitude? I can hear it from here. There it goes, it's gone. Mr. and Mrs. Lottie, yes, the long-tailed tits are in a group, most definitely. 3 or 4 of them come in. It's quite, and of course I get the overflies in the evening as well. Occasionally one might stop by on the feeder, but the parakeets come through in squadrons, I call them, literally at low level, flying between the properties and the trees and all that, talking to each other, yakking each other. Is that you, Dave? That was quite late, wasn't it? I know. Just that. Because I wanted to send him one the other day. Actually, I sent him one the other day. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do another one. Matt Cat Lady. That will be going out of Norwich a bit later as well. Quick turnaround should come over my gaff. Philip Jones. Well, every now and then I have a little bit of like, we can all sing together, you know, we can all do that start up together. Come along. And then just it's only humming. That's all you got to do. Is hum deep and then get a little bit higher and a little bit higher and a little bit higher. Just imagine your vocal cords as a turning engine. Just kidding. City on Easterly's chilly, and yet it's directly straight at them, mate. That is really weird, isn't it? Because this wind is right on my back now. Oi, get off! Watch the rudder, folks. Watch the vertical part of this aeroplane. Look at the rudder movements, the input. Now that's not by the that's not movement by the pilot. That's the aircraft making those, the computers making those tiny little movements to stabilize the aircraft. This is all manual, this landing, but all inputs will include the rudder. Oh, nice. A little bit of a bounce. Of course, I'm hopeful, and if the weather's like this, it would be fantastic for the fly past, wouldn't it? But with weather like this, we can guarantee that the Lancaster and the Historics will fly, the Hurricane, the Lancaster, the Spitfire, of course, the Dakota DC-3. All the other stuff is pretty much easy, really easy stuff, you know. But remember the old days, it would have been the Vulcan, the Victor, you know, all of that kind of crazy stuff. The Lightning, oh, the Phantom, the Meteor. There's quite a lot of people mentioning about Airbus. First time it first flew this day 20 years ago, folks. But what, I think it was at least 3 years beyond that before the aircraft flew for the first time commercially. Am I right? When did the Airbus A380 fly for the first time commercially? It should be in my notes, you know, because I do have history of long haul flight. Here we go. Okay, the A380 was a 26-year development program, man. How about that? 1980 to 2006. That's insane. Airbus originally conceived the idea back in the late 1980s, developed as a direct long-haul competitor to the Boeing 747. Of course, long before the 747-8 was even developed. Late 80s, Airbus begins work to design an ultra-high capacity airliner to compete with the Boeing 747. But the 747 always won on that level, most definitely. There was never really any type of competition. Certainly, of course, it could carry more people, but in terms of weight for freight, you know, its capability for freight was never any competition with the 747. So 1988, studies start on the A380. 1990, Airbus announces the 380. 1988, 320 entering service. In 1993, Airbus entered service with the 330, December 2000, program was launched. I think 380 program on 90. Okay. Airbus launched the 10.7 billion 380 program December 2000. So yeah, there we go. Began the project in 2000. Whoa, easy, son. Got a bit of a crook neck, didn't he? Bloody hell. PARTV. So December 2002, the program was announced on the 380 and started. Yep. Harrier, yes. Of course. The Harrier, of course. I think that's just a security procedure, mate, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm guessing that's just as a security thing. They're just down there all the time. They've been down there like the last couple of times we've been down here. It's interesting. It is a gate there. There's a gate there, but it's not an official crash gate, is it? Mark Bonner has gifted a channel membership. Thank you, Bonner. Yeah, they won't move. They'll be there all day. No, it's not crash gate. No. The crash gate's further down on the left, isn't it? It's much further down on the left. Thank you, Mark. Karen Phillips, did they prematurely get rid of the Harrier, do you think? I don't know. What? Of course, you had the Tornado as well and the Jaguar. I think the Harrier, well, because of its capability, it was in service for many years, wasn't it? Sort of went out of service along with the Tornadoes and the Jaguars, I think, when the wasn't the Eurofighter the more or less the replacement? Went from the sort of like Tornado / Jaguar era, very sort of like similar looking aeroplanes, obviously different in terms of their capability, but think the F-35, especially with the F-35's capability, is another aircraft that went through significant delays, isn't it? The F-35. You've got two variants, the B variant and the A variant. I think the A variant is the one that hovers, or it's the other way round. Michael White heard that the Harrier engines were rotated, what is basically a motorcycle chain and sprockets. I don't know if that's the case. I think that the engine obviously stayed in one position, but another valve was opened, which blocked the air, very much like these engines work here, where the panel slides back and the reverser blocking doors stop the air from going through the engine and bypass it sideways outside it. And I think the Harrier worked on the same principle by just bypassing the air. Maritime, isn't it? Is the Marines, maybe, I don't know, whatever. C's the Navy. Marines, possibly? C's the Navy. A's of the Air Force. Right, there we go. Martins won that one. Don't mess with that one. It's Martins plane, that is. What's that, GP? Jack's saying the 737 looks like it's diverting to standstill. Nice cool breeze, man. It is a cool breeze as well. It's kind of cool in there. Charles Bass, F-35A Air Force Primary B Marines Hover C Navy. There we go. Yeah, cool. Wow, they got a lot of them, haven't they? It's Boeing after all, isn't it? I think that's where Boeing are. You've got to remember, Boeing make a shed load of income from their military programs as well. Helicopters and, you know, sea. Oh, easy, mate, easy there. Yeah, first of all. Oh my God. Does say a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, wow. Wow, that's crazy, man. So they are going to have to. I'm not going to make a big point of that, Chile. I don't think. No, we'll take the comment. Oh, you have them. You're going to need a lot more than that, mate. You might as well just ask Father Christmas for something in your stocking. The ski jumper. Come on, son, get it down, get it down, get it down. Nice. That was nice, man. We're going VAR. Yeah. Sorry. That was just a nice touchdown. Very smooth, man. Ultra smooth. All right. When you go back down. Yeah. Yes, there we go. That's fine. Go live. I'll do it now. Yeah. Oh, I flew back on that. Hello, Delta, my old friend. I've come to fly with you again. Please, no more fleas in your cabin. Oh no, it was United, wasn't it? Hello! Tyron Garfunkel. Very sad song. Oh, Avro Arrow just found Queen's Platinum Jubilee fly past. June 2nd, 2022. Looks like the hotel roof has been at that location more than once before, Avro. Yes! 3 times we've been there. Those GTFs purring away. Screaming in you. Narrow body bus guys are kind of aggressive on their initial flares today. Ooh. Okay, let's see what he's talking about here. The initial flare. So just sink rate. Nice one. Getting the call outs. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. There's the flare about. Okay. Flared it all the way down by the looks of it. Some of them though, yes, I see what he's saying. Some of them will be rather aggressive. Sort of like late, if you know what I mean. Is that an aircraft that's going through? I think that's an aircraft that's going through an inspection, ladies and gentlemen. I think that aircraft may be the next Virgin 330 set for moving on to another operator. They've done 2 to tie, didn't they? And 1 to, who was it? It wasn't High Fly, was it? It was, no, it was the other AMCI. Was it the blue, the green, sorry, yeah, the Vamos, that's it, yeah, Vamos. All right. Aaron, not too bad, because the wind has changed to kind of like, before it was a bit of a crosswind, a little tiny crosswind, but hardly anything to write home about. But now, as you can see, it's a, well, it's not a direct easterly, is it? It's sort of like a northeasterly, westerly. Morgan, good day to you. Vinnie Jones, good afternoon. Jazz, does the extra flary stuff help with the shed effect?
Voilà.
Had his phone case or whatever it was on his beach towel. Big Jet TV funky sticker on it. Yeah, is there another one then? Sorry, what was that? Let's see if Chris O. Oh, really? Oh, this looks long. This looks long. No, he's nailed it. He's nailed it. Wow. Absolutely nailed that one, man. Was that a very sort of wow? Sort of like dropped it almost, but beautifully dropped, if you know what I mean. Might have been a bit of a ba-boom, sort of like thud in the cabin. It's blocking out the light, look.
C'est pas trop tôt?
Yeah, cheers, mate. My Kindle on the beach in Barbados. Who uses a Kindle these days, really? I think I would rather listen to somebody narrating a book to me. I'd fall asleep in about a minute. Okay. Remember a time back in 1990. It's the Petrojet. Oh yeah! That's reversers. That's what I'm talking about. Chugging along there. It's APU running. it is APU, might be right. Sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Xiong Lee's still here in his last bit of aviation before I go. Hard to resist. Yeah, I bet it is, man. That's such a good testament. Thank you so much, Captain Lee. Oh, look. Hold on. No. No. Oh, no. It's the... Oh, everybody boo. Chilly. Turn your eyes away. Unlucky fellas, maybe next year, eh? All that money you piped into it. Yeah. What's that? What is what coming off? Oh, it's coming off, what, the livery? Yeah. Wow. Oh dear. It's a nice livery though, isn't it? Even Jilly's admitted it is a nice livery. It is beautiful in that blue, isn't it? It's a shame about the... Mind you, there's quite a few... Oh, look at that. Oh, what a shot, Jilly. Is that possible? No. Wow. Yeah. He sat there specifically just waiting for it, didn't he? It's possible. Davey RFC could have timed that better with a Wembley flyover. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Well, where would that be? Wembley. So yeah, you would know. It'd be too far away. It'd be too far away, wouldn't it? Mind you, no. Yes, it would be too far away. Yeah, it would be too far away. Now, Arsenal, on the other hand. Well held, mate, well held. Tell you what, well held. Now this guy here is taxiing up for runway 27 right departure. This is the first of the jets that you'll see moving up to position themselves, going out of runway 27 right. They've already been given those details by ATC. We're going VAR on that we're going VAR on that Aer Lingus jet. Empty head. Yeah, nicely done, mate. Hey, hey, you got any bread, mate? Eggs? No. Yogurt? No. Oh well. Why don't you stock up a little bit? Is that a milk float? Oh, here we go. Go on, son. He's on the float. Got to make it. Oh, good lad. Yeah. Run that one as well, GP, because that was long. That was really long. The VAR button today is very hot, isn't it? Look where the smoke is, and that's blown down the runway. This is the last touchdown zone here, folks. The last marker on the touchdown zone, which is, I think, 5,000 feet, I think. But basically, that's the end of it. There is the touchdown aiming point, which if you look over a runway, it will have two big white markers on it. That's the touchdown zone aiming point. Yeah, roll VAR, please. Oh, this is BEA coming in, isn't it? That's right, that's fine. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Nicely done. Look after her, mate. She's our treasure. She's our English Rose. Is that BEA jet? Last one left. The classic. What? What? Oh, okay. But if it's Papa Juliet, then it's a female, isn't it? Her name is Juliet. Double barrel name though, Papa Juliet. Xiong Hyung Lee livery is very absolutely. He's still here. He was supposed to go to bed about an hour ago, wasn't he, Captain Lee? It's going to be ringing in tomorrow. Sorry, mate, I can't make it. Oh, here we go, look. Clear push and start. The livery is very iconic. Was looking at a picture of it the other day with the other retro jets BA used to have for some nostalgia, yes. A shame they've not got met. No, absolutely. Captain Lee, that was obviously the three 747s that they had. One of which I believe is still standing, so to speak, where's the Boac? It's Boac, isn't it? But still, there's two of them. They're different airfields, aren't they? Landor is at one and BOAC is at another. I think BOAC is down by the Knackers yard, isn't it? Oh, well, you might not be screaming at me. You might be flying on They might be bringing the 330 Neo or something like that. Never know. Shows you live flying on a 220. Okay, well, that should be good. He's long, this one, a ruler. Right on the touchdown. Wow. Electric start on these engines. Wow. Terry Allen, yes, that's right. BOAC was scrapped earlier this year. Yeah, I think they should do BOAC on a 787 because the 787 has a very Comet-esque look about it. Or Caravelle, because I think the Caravelle used the Comet front end, the cockpit section. And of course, if you filled that with BOAC livery, it would look super smart, wouldn't it? Oh, well, I didn't know you were flying from London City, mate. I had no idea. I didn't know he was going from London City. So there, as I was walking round the corner to pick my passport up to go in and get me passport, ETA's 220 went straight past me, man. How cool was that to see that landing at London City? Screaming Emu, I think I want to see a Battleship Grey United retro. Oh yeah, is that the era of the 727, the Whisper Jet? Is that livery with the sort of like lightning flash on it, a bit like that old DC-3, that Super DC-3 up at Anchorage. Okay, Aaron Thomas, next one to land is Charlie Hotel. What's that, mate? Over there on the bank. Why would I want to do that, man? It's been stripped out and made into a bleeding nightclub, hasn't it? Or something like that. It looks terrible, mate. I'd just rather see... I'd rather look at video footage that we filmed of those retro jets rather than go and look at it in a field somewhere. You can reminisce on video, can't we? We've got enough of it. Because it wouldn't be like years and years of it, would it? It'd be only like a couple of years? A year? Yeah. I mean, we've got the BOAC that we were special guests for. Well, we got BEA. I went to BEA as well, didn't I? One of the pictures last night was one of the pilots, wasn't it, on that collage that I put together? You remember that? Yes, it was. No, you don't remember, or because the BEA's in the background? Yeah. Yeah, the female pilot or the lady pilot. Big Victorian dress on. Gets in the way of the rudder pedals terribly. No, only joking, of course. Carol H, the subtitles on here are hilarious today. Screaming Emu just appeared as Creamy Email. That is fantastic, man. Creamy, I'm going to call him that from now on. Creamy Email. Okay, last arrival, folks. I'll get a couple of departures and then I'm scooting off home because Chili's basically going to turn everything off. No! Is it not on there? Oh. it's one of the ones that I selected, man. Yeah, I know, man. There, that one there, man. Oh, no. Right, I'm going to post it on its own then. I'm going to post it on its own. Yeah, put it as a reply and yeah. I'll put it up as its own post then. Mind you, I don't know what her name is or anything. Okay, folks, we're going to grab this 777-200. She's got rollers on it, and we're going to catch this. Listen to that 787. Morgan One World is an alliance group, a conglomerate of airlines that work together to on their schedules and routing and so on and so forth, discount structures and things like that. Of course, you've got other Star Alliance, of course. Okay, let's light this triple up and then off we go. Thank you, everybody. You have been great once again. Subscribe to the channel if you fancy it. If you want to get more of Big Jet TV live every Sunday and Wednesday. You have, of course, been watching and he's one of them. Wow. Should know better. Yeah, don't be bitter, man. Don't be bitter. Don't be bitter, mate. They've earned every flipping... Yeah. You know. It's not been handed on a plate, has it? Don't be bitter, mate. Yeah. It's not good to do that, mate. It's not good to do that. That just shows weakness in being bitter like that. Have a bit of banter, 100%. No wrong with that. But being bitter like that, making comments like that, nah. But anyway, listen, folks. Thank you so much. You have been fantastic. What's my normal? Yes. You've been great, folks. Thank you, everybody. This has been a YouTube main event. Subscribe for full access to all our Freeview content. So you only need to be a subscriber to get access to all our Freeview content. Follow us on Twitter if you like, and on Blue Sky, of course. And download the app, whatever you do. Make sure you download the app. Give a big thank you to these guys as well, folks. The guys and girls who ride around Heathrow all day long. We're live every Wednesday and Sunday, I just said that, and we travel the world with our channel members. Full access to all of our international shows is just $4.99 a month, and that's full access. Before you make any comments or remarks about it, go and have a look at what you get as a member, and fill yourself up on that. I'll be reading out, I've read out all my comments today with my members, which is just one of the perks that we give them, where I exclusively read out their chat. Subscribers, of course, you can get involved because we allow subscriber chat on there as well, which is great because that's how people get involved. And thank you once again. Flight Radar 24 we use to track all of our aircraft. Can I just say, as a last thing, is there a link that we can give, Jilly, for people who want to become oh, there it is, there it is there. So this link that Jilly has put up, about becoming a oh, Jelly, what is it, man? There's too much to say with the flight radar thing. Come on. If you're looking for a way out. No, here we go. One last thing. Do you live or work near London's busiest airport right here?
Ouais. Allô?
Ouais, je t'entends. Je t'entends, tu
Oh
m'entends?
putain. Ouais, et toi?
Ouais, bah, ça va.
Putain, je me suis endormi. Les gars, et bah, j'ai loupé le top of descente, mais bien vénère.
Ouais, alors, ça va. Tu peux le rattraper. T'es pas si haut.
Ah, quand même, hein.
Combien? Ah, 35 000, si. Bah alors, Dark, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé
Je
comme
suis
ça?
mort, mec. Je suis
Ah ouais?
KO. Et bah, écoute, on va faire un hold.
Ouais, c'est pas grave. Le travail? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
Ouais,
Pourquoi
non,
tu...
non, pas le travail, je gardais le chien, en fait.
Ah,
J'ai le fait de sortir tous les matins, machin, à des 6h, 5h du matin. Ah, je suis KO. Ok.
je
Bon, ils
comprends.
vont rien dire, France Virtuelle, que je fasse un hold.
Mais non! Tant que tu fais pas un 3000, un moins 3000, ça va.
Bon. Oh, je me suis dit, on a le time? Non, pas du tout. Pas du tout, les amis.
Enfin, Orly LPMA, t'as un vol de combien de temps, ça?
3h30.
Ah oui, c'est que tu vas à Madère.
Ouais, je vais à Madère, ouais.
Hmm. Madère, ouais.
Tiens, on a comment? Dans 1 heure, on a notre ami Trake qui fait un live de présentation du 777-200.
Oui, j'ai vu qu'il faisait, il a reçu sa trésorerie.
Ouais.
Mais en même temps, il sort dans quelques jours, hein.
Eh oui.
Tiens. Il sort mardi, non, entre mardi et jeudi.
Et vendredi, je
Ça,
crois. Le premier, c'est vendredi.
le premier. Ah, le premier, c'est vendredi? Non, parce que c'est un mois à 30, ce mois-ci. C'est pas un mois à 31.
Ah non, oui, jeudi, on est le 1er mai, oui, vu que c'est férié.
Oui. Et on est à un mois à 30, c'est à un mois à 30, donc... Eh oui. Bon, tu vois, je vais arriver, je vais revenir en France, le 777-200 sera sorti, ma config m'attendra chez moi. Qu'est-ce que je me demande de mieux?
Ouais, tu m'étonnes. Tu vas être bien, ouais.
En plus, je l'ai mis en plus, je sais pas si tu l'as vu, je l'ai mis dans ma config sur le Discord.
Oui, j'ai vu.
Ouais. Parce que ça a pris du retard même. Ils m'ont dit oui que ça a pris du retard et que ils finissaient lundi le montage.
Je vérifie juste quelque chose
Ouais,
sur mon... Non, bon. Allez, faut descendre.
ouais, parce que là, tu arrives à Bader bien bientôt. Bon, il te reste assez de fuel.
Oh, mais non, attends.
Ah, t'étais pas arrivé à ton tour de descente.
Non.
T'es descendu trop tôt.
Comment je renclenche la vénave?
Bah, tu le réenclenches.
Ouais, mais ça fait rien.
Là, t'as mis 4000, donc tu remets. Bah, je sais pas ce que tu veux faire. Est-ce que tu veux rester sur ton attitude de croisière? Là,
Non, mais je vais quand même descendre. Il me faut vénave. Il me faut. Attends. Pourquoi je ne peux pas cliquer sur vénave? Je crois que c'est le mode speed. Non, dès que je clique, c'est ça. Pourquoi je peux pas le renclencher?
T'as combien là, en altitude?
27 000. C'est pas grave, je vais rester à 27 000.
Est-ce qu'en le modifiant, peut-être que si tu modifies au niveau du FMC tes attitudes de croisière, peut-être qu'il réenclencherait, peut-être? Je ne sais pas. Je.
Voilà. Oui, t'avais raison. 27 400.
Eh oui.
Et maintenant que c'est enclenché. Ah, mais il veut pas.
Non, il faut que tu restes à 27 400. Parce qu'en fait, tu vas voir, sur normalement, ton FMC, t'étais à combien? T'étais à 350.
Ouais, 350, ouais.
Donc, en fait, regarde ton FMC. Si t'as pas une étape déjà à cette attitude-là, si tu l'as pas passé.
Non,
Ouais,
prochaine étape à 18 000. C'est ça que je comprends pas.
ouais, mais pas maintenant. Bah, quand il passera 18 000. Ah, attends. Étape de cruise.
Attends. J'enlève le hold. Cruise.
C'est reset.
Ouais.
Et dans cruise attitude, tu mets FL 274.
Ouais.
Logiquement, il comprendra que ça a changé, que tu passais au FL 274 et il gardera peut-être automatiquement. Donc cruise alt, ouais, voilà. Alt,
Ouais.
contrôle. Et là, maintenant, essaie de bouger ton bouton d'attitude.
C'est bon. T'as raison.
Ouais, voilà, il fallait que l'ordinateur de bord comprenait pourquoi tu faisais ça.
Je le prépare déjà à
Pour
4000.
lui, c'était encore à 360.
Voilà. Bon, Bon, c'est quelque chose que j'aurais appris au moins.
Bon, c'est mon téléphone qui est tombé. Ne t'inquiète pas.
Bon, ça se passe bien de ton côté?
Ouais, ça va. Virtuel. Franchement. Enfin, j'y repartirai l'année prochaine. Ce que je disais, j'y repars l'année prochaine, c'est sûr.
Ça y est, c'est sûr, c'est pris, c'est réservé?
Bah, il faudra que je réserve, mais pareil, il faut que je réserve, mais c'est sûr que je partirai, ouais. C'est certain. Je me fais de l'argent, ouais. Ah, c'est joli, c'est bien le Canada. C'est super beau. Ah oui, c'est vrai que c'est dimanche, c'est l'heure de la messe.
Pourquoi t'as l'église qui sonne?
Non, c'est que je suis sur la télé, la télé parce que du coup, je capte les chaînes québécoises et américaines.
Ouais.
Là, c'est l'heure de la messe, par exemple, tu vois. Sur la télé québécoise, c'est l'heure de la messe. La messe. Alors. euh, Ouais, normalement, maintenant, après, quand il passe au TD, il peut descendre automatique.
Ouais, ouais, il va descendre automatiquement là. Du coup, vu ce que tu m'as fait.
Ouais.
Ah ouais, j'ai une frayeur.
Ah,
S-
Palma.
Surtout Madère, putain, faut pas que je loupe.
Ah bah non, dire tu dois pas le louper, non. C'est sûr qu'il faut éviter de louper cet aéroport. Ah, il est quelle heure? 10 heures.
Qui chez toi?
Ouais, chez moi, il est 10 heures du matin.
Ah ouais, journée commence. Nous, elle finit.
Ouais, pas l'après-midi fini, c'est ça? Là,
Hmm.
il est 17 heures. Non, il
Ouais,
est
bah,
16 heures.
pas tarder.
Pas tarder, ouais.
On va dire que le temps que j'arrive à Madère, il sera 17 h.
C'est ça.
Il nous reste quoi, tiens, sur Volanta. Il faut me le dire. Ah non, 32 minutes. Oui, bah oui, ça coïncide un peu avec.
Ça va.
Ouais.
Il fait beau aujourd'hui. C'est beau temps. Voilà. Ah, mon Dieu. Bon, t'as pu voler un petit peu ce week-end? À part avec
Non,
le chien être avec... Non.
non, non, j'étais trop mort. Franchement, j'ai pas fait grand chose.
Ouais, c'était ça là, c'était ça le vol, quoi.
Ouais, bah j'en ai fait quelques-uns, mais pas énorme non plus. Il y a des soirs où j'ai rien foutu, hein.
Oui, bon, je me
Ah ouais,
doute.
je suis en mode zombie, mec, c'est ouf là. Je suis en manque de sommeil, mais total. Même au taf, hein, je m'endormais, donc.
Ah oui, non, pour arriver jusqu'à 3 heures dans le vol.
Ah non, mais quand je suis en manque de sommeil, mec, c'est impressionnant.
Ah,
Ah bah là, ça sera le seul vol. Hein.
ah bah
Après,
oui, oui, oui.
après, je pars sur autre chose. Hein.
Alors, pour toi, alors, Château, euh, Assassin's.
Ouais, soit ça, soit Patoff. J'aimerais bien voir avec Melio. Melio, il m'a dit midi qu'il était prêt, mais il a jamais été prêt. Donc je verrai.
Ouais. Et The Isle,
Bah
t'as eu des
j'attends le...
nouvelles?
Non, aucune. Là, j'attends le Rex.
Bah ouais.
Rien de ouf. Je l'attends.
Tout le monde attend du coup. Est-ce qu'on va avoir un prix? Peut-être on va peut-être entendre parler du prix de l'avion.
Je sais pas. T'as vu qu'il y a le thriller qui est déjà sorti?
Oui, oui, le trailer a été préparé, ça c'est sûr. En plus, ils ont bien représenté, ils ont mis un France à un moment donné.
Oui. Ouais, ouais, on les voit quasiment tous. Hein.
Ouais, même le héros Mexico en métal, il est beau. Hein.
Ouais. Putain, les gars, il faut que je sois réveillé. Parce que si je fais la merde à Madère.
Oui, après, en plus, c'est pas n'importe quel aéroport, c'est Valère. Hein.
Ouais, 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 j'ai pris un peu de difficulté là.
Après, c'est pas non plus. Ouais, c'est juste que c'est le virage depuis l'arrivée qui est impressionnant.
Ouais, faut pas
T'as la
poser
scène ou
tard.
pas?
Faut pas poser tard non plus. Hein.
T'as la scène?
Oui, j'ai la scène de Madère, ouais.
Ouais.
Après, on ira aux îles Canaries. Je pense hors vol Air France. Et ensuite, des
Ouais.
Canaries, on remontera. Parce que je sais que Transavia fait aussi ce vol.
Ah oui, le retour, ouais. Les îles Canaries, ouais.
Théma, j'ai mon écran du milieu, en bas là, qui s'est éteint et qui a jamais rallumé.
Après, est-ce que ça t'aide? Est-ce qu'il t'a aidé? Il est là pour t'aider?
Non, non, il m'a pas servi,
Ouais, c'est.
mais il est éteint.
Il y a le top of descent que je
Ouais,
vois
ouais,
arriver
qui
là.
apparaît, ouais. En fait, t'es arrivé pile poil avant le top of descente. Quoi.
Passé avant, mais t'étais en train de dormir.
Ah oui, oui, avant, oui, oui, à ce moment-là, oui.
Ouais, j'étais en train de faire. C'était Big Jet TV qui était sur Iscrodan.
Oui, ouais, bah il était encore là. Je l'ai enlevé pour prendre un peu la main sur l'avion, mais oui.
Bah, j'espère qu'il sera là à mon arrivée sur Iscro. Samedi matin.
Bah quand il est là, il stream tous les jours. Hein. En général, il y a un live tous les jours plane spotting.
En espérant qu'il plane à mon arrivée. Moi, j'arrive vers 10h. Pour 10h. 9-10h, ouais. Il faudra que je te donne mon. Au pire des cas, il faudra que je te donne ici mon numéro de vol.
Ouais.
Tu pourras suivre que le matin, parce que du coup, c'est un vol de full nuit.
Ouais, tu m'avais dit, en française, tu pars trop tard.
Bah, heure française, je pars à. C'est ça, je pars à 22h, heure canadienne. Et j'arrive à 10h du matin, heure à Isro.
Ouais. Mais ouais, tu me donneras, comme ça, j'essaierai de suivre.
Ouais, j'ai l'application en plus de la Virgin, donc je dois avoir le numéro de vol. Parce que là, sur mes papiers, billets électroniques, il n'y a pas affiché. J'ai juste les numéros de vol à la Air France, mais Virgin Atlantique. Ça va être pas mal, ça va être pour moi tester.
Tu vas avoir une prise de tête, mon gars, à tout réinstaller sur ton PC comme moi. Oh là là.
Ouais, ça va être. Non, mais je pense que je vais faire d'abord le 2024. Parce que c'est le plus court à faire.
Ouais,
Et
c'est plus
après, je
rapide, ouais.
prendrai le 2020, ouais.
Moi, j'ai enlevé le 24 hein, parce que ça faisait une interférence avec Volanta. Il ne reconnaissait
Ok.
que le 24. Donc,
Ouais,
tu me diras comment Volanta t'as réussi à faire parce que moi, c'est
bah, je
toujours pas le
verrai.
cas. Hein.
Je verrai.
Bah, là, il reconnaît à chaque fois que je lance ce 2020, il le reconnaît. Mais sinon,
Ouais.
sinon il est
Et
éteint.
2024.
Sur mon autre PC, il est éteint aussi. Hein. Alors que d'habitude, il est allumé.
Ok.
Ouais, c'est chiant ça.
Ah, c'est bien galère, ouais. À 10h40, tu vois l'arrivée? Ça. Arrivé à 10. Alors, ils seront à 10h40 exactement. Ce qui va être long, c'est l'attente à Isro, du coup. Parce que du coup, c'est là où j'ai plus d'attente. J'ai 4 heures d'attente à Isro.
4 heures.
Ouais, 4 heures.
Ah oui.
C'est long, hein.
Un peu, oui.
Ah, ouais. Après, il y a un truc qui me chagrine, c'est que je pars à. Alors, fin d'enregistrement, 14h05. Il part à 45, à 14h45. Mais le problème, c'est que on est d'accord qu'un Istro Paris, c'est même pas 1 heure de vol.
Ouais, non, ouais, c'est à peine 1 heure, même pas.
Même pas, hein. Et moi, il m'affiche 17h05 arrivé à Charles de Gaulle.
Ouais, parce qu'il doit faire des petits tours, tu sais. Il va t'emmener ailleurs.
Ouais, il va me faire visiter autre part. Mais ouais, non, je pense pas que. Je pense qu'on arrivera même pas à 17h05. On arrivera un petit peu avant, je pense. Oh, ça va être sympa. Il y a eu un. Il y a eu une fusillade à Toronto en plus là.
Ah ouais?
Or, ouais, il y a eu un mec qui s'est fait abattre à l'aéroport à Toronto, là. En
Ah
gros,
bah
il
tu
était.
vois, t'es là, ça fout la merde.
Ouais, c'est fou, hein. C'est fou, hein. Mais ouais, le mec, il est arrivé, il était. De ce que j'ai entendu, les mecs, il était armé à l'aéroport. Il y a eu une dispute, bah, ils n'ont pas hésité. C'est vrai que ça, par rapport en France, on l'aurait arrêté. Non, non, eux ici, on l'a pas. On cherche pas à comprendre.
Enfin, le mec était armé quand même, non?
Ouais, bah le mec était armé, hein. Ah oui,
Ouais,
oui,
bon,
oui, bah le mec.
c'est la moindre. Ouais, bon, la moindre des choses, tu la barres.
Ouais, voilà. Tu cherches plus à comprendre.
Bah, il est armé et
Oui,
puis il
hein.
crée une fusillade alors.
Ouais, bah ça l'a tué. J'ai vu que j'ai vu ça en premier temps quand j'ai regardé les chaînes québécoises. Ils en ont parlé, forcément.
Ouais, oui, oui, bah, j'imagine,
En...
oui. À l'aéroport en plus.
À l'aéroport, quoi. Et après, c'était forcément les réseaux sociaux, mais ah, putain. Ouais, de ce que j'ai vu.
Ça va faire quoi de beau aujourd'hui?
Je vais voir ce que je vais faire. Je vais voir s'il y a une boutique qui est ouverte parce que je crois que je vais tomber en rade de papier de tabac. Donc il faut que j'aille voir. Et puis après, j'attends la paye qui tombe. Et puis je vais me réserver. Alors je pense que jeudi, j'irai. C'est normalement jeudi, je voudrais partir au chute du Niagara. Vous
Ah
savez,
ouais?
chute du Niagara.
Stylé.
Ouais. Euh, et mercredi, j'aimerais faire au moins du shopping. Parce qu'il y a des gens qui aimeraient avoir des cadeaux. Alors, du coup,
Ah ça, quand
ça
on part
va.
en voyage, il y a toujours une liste de cadeaux à ramener, hein.
Ouais, c'est clair. Bon, en plus, ça va, ma valise, elle était pas remplie. Quand je suis parti, elle pesait 6 kilos sur les
Ouais,
23 autorisés. Donc, j'ai de quoi mettre dans la valise, en vrai.
large.
Largement.
Allez, top of descente, c'est parti.
Et il commence à taper le top of descente.
Ça y est.
En plus,
Enfin,
il y a pas de sieste.
il s'est arrêté. Ah, on n'est pas
Oui, oui,
passé
parce que c'est
encore, hein.
long, hein. Ah, attends, c'est long, hein.
Non, mais on n'est pas passé encore en plus, c'est ça.
Non, on n'est pas passé, hein. Normalement, je devrais avoir le triangle, hein. Là, le
Ça y est,
prochain,
là.
tu dois être.
C'est bon. Allez, c'est
Ça y
parti.
est. En plus, ça y est, à Palma Madère, t'as pas de GLS, quoi. C'est full
Non.
manuel. Ah bon, moi, je suis pas parti, tiens. Ouais.
Ah, j'ai hâte de voir le live de Drake hein, quand même. Hein. Bon, même si c'est un
7.
triple 7, hein, mais bon.
C'est quand même, ouais, ça reste un triple 7, mais ça reste un triple 7 200.
Ouais.
Après, je pense que, ouais, en plus, le LR, il est pas non plus aussi répandu que le. Donc, je sais pas ce qu'ils vont en faire. Une mise à jour, un achat. Il est pas si répandu que ça, quoi. Hein. Il y a qui l'a? Il y a en LR. T'as Air Canada qui doit l'avoir, qui l'avait eu, en tout cas.
Ouais.
Euh... LR, il y a Delta qui l'ont. Alors, je sais pas s'ils l'ont toujours avec le Spirit, avec le fameux Spirit sur le côté marqué. Mais non, il est pas si répandu que ça, quoi. C'est dégueulasse de faire repayer juste pour une version LR, quoi. Du coup, tu gardes quand même la version 2. C'est quand même une version 200, mais juste avec une différence sur la
Ouais.
motorisation et la disponibilité de vol. Oh, je pense que c'est une cinquantaine d'euros déjà pour le 200. C'est sûr.
Oui, je pense que ça sera ces prix-là, ouais. Ah, j'ai un truc qui me gêne graphiquement. J'ai l'impression que c'est pas encore
C'est quelque
ça.
chose.
Bah ouais, après le resit là que j'ai eu.
Oui, bah oui. T'as tout perdu
Les
tes,
paramètres, ouais. Va falloir que j'y
bah ouais.
retouche.
Ah bah c'est pareil, moi je vais tout remettre. Bah après je sais que je vais le tester d'abord si je peux le passer en ultra, tout en ultra. Logiquement je pourrais, mais ouais. On va voir. Enfin, je vois aussi. Mister Armstrongs. Non mais c'est incroyable ça. Impossible. Ah, ok. Ouais, il y a que ça qui est bien parce que les autres ça parle de religion. Merde, putain. Mais pas. On a l'air. Ah, faudra qu'on fasse un vol. On s'est dit qu'il faudrait qu'on essaye de faire un vol, tu sais,
Oui, oui, on a envie de partager, ouais.
partagé. En plus, c'est bien, on n'aura pas de décalage avec le truc, c'est que avec la config, normalement, dès que je suis en connexion normale, on devrait pas avoir de décalage.
Bah, il vaut mieux, ouais. Il vaut clairement mieux.
Donc, ça sera en pleine. Enfin, qu'on essaye. Qui c'est ton pied? Tu vois les îles devant toi ou même pas encore?
Oh non, 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 non. Ah, si, t'as raison. Si, je les vois.
Je crois voir un. Ah oui, oui, oui.
Allez, tiens, hop,
Ça.
petit screen. On voit les îles.
Et l'approche, tu sais comment elle se fait? Elle se fait comme d'habitude, avec le virage ou c'est un tout droit jusqu'à l'aéroport?
J'en sais rien du tout, mec. J'ai pas
Parce
du
que
tout regardé.
parce que tout dépend du vent, mais et tout dépend de la
J'ai
difficulté.
oublié de charger les vents, mec.
Ah ouais?
Ouais, j'ai oublié de charger les vents. Bah, on arrive de là. On prend la. C'est la combien pour aller là-bas?
Oui, après, c'est vrai que à un moment donné, t'as plus de trucs. Mais normalement, tu vois, sur ton ND, là, ton navigation display, où il y a ta route, tu agrandis, savoir si tu fais le
La
tour.
0,5.
Ah, la 0,5.
C'est la 0,5 qu'on
Voilà,
prend à Madère.
oh, la 0,5, je sais même pas c'est laquelle, honnêtement. Mais vu comment tu te présentes, bah, il y a des chances que tu fasses bien le fameux virage.
Eh bah écoute, on va voir, on va essayer de faire ça proprement.
Accéléré à un moment donné ou.
Non, non, non. Ah non, que dalle, hein. J'ai rien accéléré, hein.
Non, 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 mais désaccélérer sa vitesse, est-ce qu'il va passer en diesel à un moment donné?
Bah, il est déjà à
Descend.
240, il est déjà.
Ok. Tu vois, parce que tu vois, ton volant de taille te disait n'importe quoi. Si je regardais par rapport à ton volant de taille, t'affichais 290 nœuds.
Ah oui, non. Non, bah non, 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 je suis pas à cette vitesse.
Non, non, 240, c'est bon. Parce que du coup, tu passes sous les 10 000 pieds à un moment donné. Forcément. Ah là là. C'est ça qui est bien avec Transavia, c'est que t'as des
Oh, il
lignes
y a
quand
des
même avec des
destinations
petits.
de ouf.
Bah ouais, t'as des destinations avec des arrivées. Je suis pas tâte,
Bah,
hein.
hormis Madère, j'ai pas vu d'autres destinations quand même de ouf en
Bah,
arrivée.
t'as Innsbruck,
Ouais, ah si,
qui a
Innsbruck,
passé
ouais,
dedans.
on l'a fait, ouais. Avec Innsbruck, c'est un
Innsbruck,
peu spécial.
ouais, l'espèce. Ensuite, t'as un autre aéroport, mais du coup, c'est pas Transavia qui le fait. T'as peut-être. Ah, peut-être WestJet, quand tu auras ta possibilité de voler avec WestJet. T'as l'aéroport de Julo qui est spécial, à l'Alaska, que je te parlais là, avec une
Ouais.
arrivée où tu passes côté montagne. Et c'est très spécial. Et il faudrait que j'aille revoir cet aéroport.
Les premiers bouts de terre que l'on voit depuis le Portugal, que l'on a quitté.
T'as quitté vers Lisbonne?
Ouais, ouais, dans ces eaux-là, ouais.
Hmm.
Il y a un aéroport là sur cette île. Ou...
Ah bon? Non,
Ah
ça doit
bah
être un
oui, oui,
relief.
oui. Si, si, si.
Ah, il y a un aéroport?
Il y a une piste là.
Ah ouais. Bah, elle est grande la piste, non?
Oui, oui, oui. Ah bah elle est pas mal, ouais.
Elle fait pratiquement la largeur. Une bonne largeur, ouais.
Elle est pas mal. Je me suis dit,
Ah,
oh non,
elle
c'est
est
bizarre,
cool.
il y a un trait en plein milieu.
Au début, je pensais que c'était un relief, hein.
Et nous, c'est la grosse île là à côté là qui nous intéresse. Celle où il y a la montagne dans les nuages là.
Vraiment, la dernière fois que j'ai dû aller à Madère, c'était sur Explain. Donc
Ah
ça
ouais.
remonte à,
Ah, ça remonte un petit peu,
ça
ouais.
remonte, ça remonte un petit peu, ouais. Ouais. Avec une arrivée avec un moteur, c'est très sympa. Putain, elle est immense la piste. Putain, la largeur de la piste, elle est folle. Rien à voir à ce que tu vas rencontrer là, maintenant. Ouais. Oh no, thanks. Hop là. Ah. Là. Voilà. Bon, c'est bien là. Ah.
Ah, 6000 pieds. Putain, je faisais pas gaffe. Faut mettre les feux. Alors.
Tu sais que t'avais la barre en haut qui affichait, qui pouvait t'aider en
Ah ouais?
en tout d'un coup.
Mais
Ah oui.
j'ai pas le souvenir qu'il y avait autant de. Attends.
Deux.
Bah de boutons pour landing. C'est sûrement la
Ah.
livrée qui me fait ça.
Ouais, ça dépend des modèles.
Ouais, ce que me disait Echo. 3012,
Ouais.
c'est pas. Hop.
Ouh.
Moi, je vais récupérer la vitesse en manuel. Il descend à 227 nœuds.
C'est bon.
T'arrives au bon moment, Echo. T'es bien arrivé, toi, à Marrakech?
Ah.
Il a fait un Orly Marrakech.
Oh.
Flaps 1. Nickel. Bon. Tant mieux. Là, tu vois, on esquive un peu. Là, on bifurque à gauche. Là, il y a moyen qu'on fasse le fameux virage. Hein.
Ah oui.
Le virage de la muerte. Ah, tu l'as enregistré, stylé. Faut que tu le partages. « 3000 pieds. On est bon.
Ah oui, je pense que ça va lui arriver à marquer. Sortant. Comment tu te présentes, ouais?
La piste, elle est là. Hein. La piste, si je zoome, on la voit, elle est là. Alors là, vous avez les Tatroches, mais juste derrière, vous avez la piste. Vous avez l'aéroport. Et nous, on va faire le tour et on va se présenter. On va longer les falaises.
Et à un moment donné, il
Yes.
faudra que tu prennes un pour descendre.
Oui, il y a un moment, il faut que je le prenne en main, ouais.
Ah.
Ouais, regardez, elle est là, la piste. 1,05.
Parce que du coup, à un moment donné, bah oui, forcément, tu seras. Ton FMC va se couper. Forcément.
Il m'emmène pas jusqu'à l'aéroport?
Ouais, t'as une vertical terrain.
Regarde. On dirait qu'il y a un moment où.
Non, il t'amène vertical terrain. Et à partir de vertical terrain, tu dois le prendre en manuel.
Ah, là, c'est full manuel après. Hein.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Why, les gars. Moi, je vais gagner du temps. L'autobreaks, je vais le mettre au maximum, les gars.
Ah,
Franchement.
il a commencé ton live, Trey. Donc, t'arrives plus pour le moment.
Ouais, mais je suis. Parce que Trey qui m'a envoyé un mail, c'est pour ça, les gars.
Ouais,
Non, totalement faux. Totalement faux.
oui, c'est ça.
Ok. La piste est là. Ok.
À partir du moment où il va te relâche, il faudra commencer à descendre.
Ah, mais je descends déjà, mec. La piste est là, à ma droite.
Oui. Et tu dois aller jusqu'à Ouais, tu dois, pour être bien, faut que tu prennes comme repère de passer. Ah putain, comment te dire ça?
Ouais, là, ça va être chaud.
Faudra que tu prennes large du tout.
Et je crois que je vais déjà sortir le train d'atterrissage. Hein.
Oui, bah si tu peux le faire maintenant, ouais.
Waouh, c'est chaud. Faut qu'il freine, hein. Il freine pas assez, hein. Je l'ai pas fait freiner à temps. Aïe, 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 aïe.
Large, hein.
Il faut que je commence déjà mon virage.
Ah, tu peux essayer de prendre large si tu le souhaites. Mais ouais, normalement tu commences ton virage là maintenant, normalement. Tu vas
Ouais,
commencer ton
flaps.
virage là maintenant.
Full. Il est trop rapide.
Ouais, il va freiner, même si ça gueule, il va freiner, t'inquiète pas.
What the fuck. Qu'est-ce qui m'a pris comme idée de venir à Madère, les gars?
Là, t'es un peu.
Je suis trop large.
Essaie de-
Parce qu'il le prend dans le
Ah,
creux, normalement.
Ouais, il le prend dans le creux. Essaie de garder ton attitude. Garde à l'intérieur pour voir ta vitesse quand même. Décroche pas maintenant.
Caution,
Pas
terrain.
de conneries, on sait jamais. Faut que tu gardes quand même ton attitude, ta vitesse parce que du coup, là tu peux pas te permettre de décrocher de ça.
Non, 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 non. Pas du tout, non.
Caution, terrain.
Mais bon, t'as ta vitesse, c'est bon.
Caution, terrain.
J'ai ma vitesse, ouais, c'est bon. Putain, il est. En fait, normalement, là, dans le creux, il épouse. Il épouse normalement le creux et c'est direct un virage.
Et après, tu dois aussitôt te remettre dans le.
Ah, mais les approches à Madère, c'est chaud, hein.
Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull
Pull
up.
up.
On s'en fout
Pull up.
de l'alerte terrain. On s'en fout.
Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. Terrain, terrain. Pull up. $500.
On est bien. On est plutôt bien, les gars. Vent de face.
Approaching minimums.
Continue. Ouah, te prends pas la butte. Te prends pas la butte. What the fuck?
150. Minimums.
79. Oh, reverse. C'est mon meilleur touché. C'est mon meilleur touché en 7-3-7, les gars. Mais non.
Le butter à Madère.
Le butter à Madère, les gars. What the fuck? Vous savez que une fois, je suis venu à Madère avec et la scène n'a pas été mise. Je suis dégoûté. Ah si, elle est mise. Elle est mise. Une fois, je suis venu à Madère avec comment il s'appelle TBZ. Approche de merde avec le 320, mais vraiment de merde. Je fais un -50. Les gars, j'ai ma caïf pour aller à Madère.
Ah bah oui, là t'as ta calife, ouais.
Alors, attendez. Vous savez que c'est mon meilleur touché en 7-3-7 quand même. Hein. Là,
Ah
j'ai
bah,
battu tous les records. Hein.
Normalement, tu devrais recevoir une récompense après, à un moment donné, dans la soirée.
Ah mon gars, je fais un butter à Madère, les gars. Madère.
Et en manette, hein.
Ouais, les gars, j'ai envie de faire un autre vol, j'ai envie d'aller à La Palma après. Je pourrais prendre quel avion pour La Palma en 737?
Oh putain. T'as quoi comme compagnie qui va?
Ouais, il y a toujours du Transavia, mais ils le font pas. Mais là, ça serait en mode fake. Hein. Là, je fais pas avec Air France Virtuel. Putain, les gars, je suis trop content.
Quel touché, incroyable. Et pourtant ton approche était pas foufou quoi.
Non, pas du tout, pas du tout. J'ai fait mon virage trop tard, trop tardivement. Waouh, incroyable.
Moi j'ai cru qu'à un moment donné t'allais taper l'eau ou la butin.
Ouais, mais il aurait pas décroché l'auto-throttle allumé, il peut pas décrocher, le moteur serait reparti, tu vois, et je cabrerais pas en vrai. Par contre, le virage serré, j'avoue, les gars, oui. J'aurais dû ralentir bien avant et j'aurais dû faire mon virage avant. Mais bon, 79, le toucher, incroyable les gars. Les gens ont rien senti. Et là, le fait que j'ai enlevé la scène de Madère de Asobo, bah, j'ai plus les boss. Bon, hormis là. Hein. Là, il y a une descente, mon gars. Et je crois que c'est fait exprès.
Non, elle est adoucie la descente. Hein.
Oui. Ouais, les gars, je suis trop content. Quelle belle arrivée. Ah, on va se faire un TikTok là, hein, de cette arrivée. Alors, on va se mettre où? À côté du EasyJet?
Par exemple,
Ouais.
t'as pas trop le choix. Parce que là maintenant tu n'as pas de place, c'est après les EasyJet.
Ah, il y a... Ouais, non, je sais pas quelle compagnie on va à La Palma après. Je sais pas quelle compagnie prendre.
Tu peux rester en 737 ou partir en 320.
Ouais, mais quelle compagnie?
Bah je sais pas si tu as TAP.
TAP? Oui, mais TAP c'est en 320. Ouais. Oui, je l'ai TAP.
Ouais.
Je sais pas si je l'ai avec Phoenix par contre.
Ah bah sinon tu prends avec l'Inimul.
Oui.
La Palma.
J'avais oublié de mettre ça comme ça. Ok.
C'est bon.
Hop, on met les packs. Off.
On coupe les moteurs.
Ouais, je vais couper les moteurs. Je me mets juste là. Je balance les chocks. Allez, on va couper les deux moteurs. Grande power.
Normalement, hop, ça devrait être bon.
C'est connecté.
Et tu peux couper ton APU après. Juste te connecter avec les ground power.
Oui.
Et c'est avec le gros groupe GRD power. Tu dois appuyer.
Ah, oui, au milieu là.
Ouais, les normes là.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Voilà.
Alors. Ça, ok. Allez, GSX.
The boarding requested.
Mais voilà. Magnifique, non?
Bah oui, clairement. Clairement, magnifique. Eh ben les gars, on est arrivé à Madère. Nous, on va se quitter là. La rediff sera sur ma chaîne Twitch et ma chaîne YouTube. Le temps de choisir l'avion et de relancer. On se retrouve pour un vol Petit vol cette fois-ci, on va rejoindre la Palma. Comme ça, on fera un prochain vol avec Air France Virtuel. On prendra le 737 Transavia et on remontera sur le continent de la Palma. La rediff sur ma chaîne Twitch et sur ma chaîne YouTube, les amis. Sur ce, merci à toutes et à tous et je vous dis à bientôt. Ciao tout le monde.